Welcome, dear viewers, to Parables and Prophets. As we embark on this journey through the annals of biblical history, we set our sights on a figure of legendary wisdom and grandeur, the biblical King Solomon. Today, we delve into the life of the biblical King Solomon. King Solomon's story begins with his ascension to the throne. In the annals of time, the tale of Solomon, son of David and Bathsheba, unfolds as one of divine wisdom and grandeur. The mantle of leadership fell upon his shoulders after his father, King David. The transition to power wasn't merely a transfer of authority, it was a sacred trust, an anointing that would shape the destiny of Israel. In the twilight of his reign, David bestowed his blessings upon Solomon. In a heartfelt prayer, he beseeched the Lord to grant Solomon discernment, to lead with justice, to shepherd the people of Israel with wisdom. And Solomon, aware of the enormity of his role, echoed his father's prayer. He asked not for wealth or victory over his enemies, but for wisdom. Solomon's humble petition for wisdom instead of riches or power displayed an understanding far beyond his years and set the tone for his reign. Solomon's prayer was answered. The Lord was pleased with his request, granting him a wisdom and understanding heart like no other before or after him. This divine endowment of wisdom was the cornerstone of Solomon's reign, a reign that would be remembered for its justice, prosperity, and peace. Thus began the reign of Solomon, a ruler destined for greatness. As we journey through his life, we'll uncover the depth of his wisdom, the grandeur of his constructions, and the enduring lessons we can glean from his reign. Solomon's wisdom, a divine gift, became his defining trait. This legendary wisdom wasn't a product of his own doing, but rather a gift from the divine. It all began with a dream where God himself appeared to Solomon and offered him anything he desired. The young king could have asked for riches, long life, or the defeat of his enemies. Yet Solomon chose something far more profound. He asked for wisdom, not just ordinary wisdom, but an understanding heart to judge his people, to discern between good and evil. This was a choice that pleased God greatly. The implications of this choice were immense. His wisdom wasn't merely for personal gain or to impress others. It was to serve his people, to lead them with fairness and justice. His wisdom was of a kind that transcended human understanding. It was a wisdom rooted in love, compassion, and a deep understanding of human nature. It was a wisdom that allowed him to govern his people with justice, fairness, and love. His wisdom wasn't limited to matters of governance and justice. It extended to all aspects of life. He composed 3,000 proverbs and over 1,000 songs, his wisdom encompassing a wide range of topics from botany to zoology. People from all walks of life, from all corners of the world, sought his counsel. Kings and queens traveled great distances to hear his wisdom, including the famous Queen of Sheba, who was left in awe by his wisdom. Solomon's wisdom was not just about knowledge, it was about understanding the heart of matters, about seeing things from a perspective that others couldn't. It was about making decisions that were not just right but also wise. His wisdom was renowned, leading to the famous judgment involving 2 mothers and a baby. A testament to his divine wisdom, this judgment showcased his ability to discern truth from falsehood, to make decisions that were not just fair but also compassionate. And so Solomon's wisdom became legendary, a gift from God that defined his reign and left an indelible mark on history. The story of the 2 mothers and the baby showcases Solomon's wisdom in action. In the heart of ancient Jerusalem, a conflict arose that would put King Solomon's wisdom to the ultimate test. 2 women, living in the same house, each gave birth to a baby boy within days of each other. Tragically, one of the infants passed away in the night. The 2 women found themselves locked in a bitter dispute, each claiming the surviving child as their own. With no one else to turn to, they brought their case before King Solomon. The king listened carefully to both women as they presented their case, each insisting that the living child was hers and the dead one belonged to the other. Solomon, renowned for his wisdom, was faced with a seemingly impossible task of discerning the truth. How could he, with no witnesses or evidence to guide him, determine the true mother of the living child? It was here that Solomon's wisdom shone brightest. He proposed a solution that was as shocking as it was insightful. He called for a sword and ordered that the child be divided into 2, giving each woman a half. The room filled with gasps of horror. But amidst the commotion, one woman threw herself at Solomon's feet, begging him to spare the child's life and give him to the other woman. The other woman, however, agreed to Solomon's proposal, claiming it was better for the child to be dead than to be raised by the wrong mother. In this moment, Solomon had his answer. He declared the woman who showed compassion to be the true mother. For who but a real mother would sacrifice her own happiness to ensure the life and well-being of her child? This judgment cemented Solomon's reputation as a wise and fair king. His discernment in this case demonstrated not only his intelligence, but also his understanding of human nature and his commitment to justice. The story of the two mothers and the baby remains a testament to his legendary wisdom. King Solomon's reign was marked by grand construction projects. His ambitions were lofty, his vision expansive, resulting in structures that were nothing short of magnificent. Let's start with the most illustrious of his constructions, the first temple in Jerusalem. This was not just a building, it was a monumental testament to faith, a sacred place of worship for the Israelites. Crafted from the finest Lebanese cedar and cypress, overlaid with pure gold, it was an architectural marvel. The temple housed the Ark of the Covenant, the holiest artifact, making it the spiritual heart of ancient Israel. But Solomon didn't stop there. His royal palace was another testament to his grandeur. It took him nearly 13 years to complete this monumental structure. Imagine, if you will, a palace complex extending over 150,000 square feet, with breathtaking gardens, majestic halls, and elaborate living quarters. The sheer scale and splendor of it would leave anyone awestruck. The grandeur of these constructions was not about vanity. Solomon saw these structures as a way to demonstrate the might and glory of God. They served to solidify the unity of the Israelite kingdom, symbolizing its strength and prosperity under his rule. But beyond the grandeur and symbolism, Solomon's constructions also had a practical purpose. They facilitated trade, promoted cultural exchange, and fostered diplomatic relations with neighboring kingdoms. This, in turn, brought prosperity and stability to his kingdom. However, these grand constructions came at a cost. They required a significant workforce, resources, and time. Some argue that this led to discontent among his people, which eventually contributed to the division of the kingdom after his death. Regardless of the controversies, there's no denying the impact of Solomon's grand constructions. They left a lasting legacy, shaping the physical and cultural landscape of ancient Israel. Even today, they inspire awe and fascination, sparking countless debates among historians, archaeologists, and Bible enthusiasts alike. These structures stand testament to Solomon's vision and ambition. They remind us of a king who dared to dream big, who left an indelible mark on his kingdom and the pages of history. However, Solomon's later years were not without controversy. As time passed, Solomon's heart began to stray from the path of righteousness, a change that was largely attributed to his many marriages. You see, King Solomon had a weakness for foreign women. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines. These were not just women of Israel, but princesses from foreign lands, representing alliances with many nations. These alliances, while politically astute, were spiritually disastrous. Solomon's wives brought with them their own gods and religious practices. As Solomon aged, he was persuaded by his wives to build high places or altars for these foreign gods, a direct violation of God's commandments. The king who was once renowned for his wisdom, the king who built a magnificent temple for the Lord, was now worshipping other gods. These events are recorded in the first book of Kings, chapter 11. The Bible tells us that Solomon did evil in the eyes of the Lord and did not fully follow the Lord, as David his father had done. He built high places for the god of the Moabites, the god of the Ammonites, and for the goddess of the Sidonians. This idolatry was a clear departure from the God who had granted him his wisdom. God was displeased with Solomon's actions, warning him that this disobedience would lead to a fractured kingdom. Although God did not take the kingdom away during Solomon's lifetime due to his promise to David, he declared that Solomon's son would not rule a unified kingdom. This prophecy came true after Solomon's death, leading to a divided Israel, with Jeroboam ruling over the northern tribes and Rehoboam, Solomon's son, ruling over Judah. Despite his wisdom, Solomon's actions in his later years led to the eventual division of the kingdom. This serves as a sobering reminder that even the wisest among us can stumble, and that our actions have consequences that can ripple through generations. King Solomon's death marked the end of an era. His passing drew a line under a reign marked by wisdom, wealth, and grandeur, but also by human frailty and missteps. Solomon's demise saw his kingdom divided, a consequence of his later years' decisions, which strayed from the path of wisdom he was known for. Upon Solomon's death, his son Rehoboam ascended to the throne. Yet the unity of the kingdom did not survive the transition. The northern tribes rebelled, leading to the division of Israel into two, the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. This division, a direct outcome of Solomon's actions, served as a poignant reminder that even the wisest of men can falter. Solomon's legacy is as complex as the man himself. He was a king of unparalleled wisdom, a builder of great works, and a man who sought understanding above all else. His reign saw Israel reach the pinnacle of its power and prosperity, and his wisdom is immortalized in the biblical books of Proverbs, Song of Songs, and Ecclesiastes. Yet Solomon's life also offers lessons in humility and the dangers of losing sight of one's guiding principles. His later years, marked by idolatry and the turning away from God, serve as a cautionary tale of the perils of power and the importance of steadfast faith. In reflecting on Solomon's life, we can draw inspiration from his pursuit of wisdom and his grand achievements. Yet, we must also heed the lessons from his failings, understanding that wisdom alone is not enough. It must be coupled with humility and unwavering devotion. King Solomon, a man of wisdom and complexity, left an indelible mark on the pages of history. His story continues to resonate today, offering timeless lessons about the pursuit of knowledge, the importance of maintaining one's principles, and the enduring impact of our actions on the world around us. King Solomon, a man of wisdom and complexity, left an indelible mark on the pages of history. And so, we come to the end of our journey through King Solomon's life. A life that was marked by wisdom unparalleled, grandeur unmatched, and lessons invaluable. His ascension to the throne and his reign brought about an era of peace and prosperity, a testament to the power of wisdom and discernment. From the tale of the two mothers, we gleaned insights into Solomon's profound understanding of human nature and his knack for problem-solving. His grand constructions, including the majestic Temple of Jerusalem, stand as testaments to his vision and his commitment to creating a lasting legacy. Yet his later years remind us of the pitfalls of unchecked power and the importance of humility. In his life, we find a mirror reflecting the triumphs and trials of human existence, a testament to the enduring relevance of these ancient stories. As we bid farewell to the life of King Solomon, it's worth pondering over these lessons, reflecting on them, and applying them to our own lives in whatever way we can. King Solomon's life, as chronicled in the Bible, offers us a rich tapestry of wisdom, leadership, and the human condition. It encourages us to strive for wisdom, to build something lasting, and to always remember our shared humanity. Thank you for journeying with us today on Parables and Prophets. Until next time.